Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. A different kind of intro because it's a different kind of video for you guys today. I'm joined by Cripsy, one of my good friends. How you doing, brother?
Nick, I'm feeling really good, man. It's like FIFA 20 around the corner here, down here in Australia. It's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be good.
Guys, we always have this joke with Australia, man. They're so far out of everybody in the world that they're so ahead of everyone. So, all jokes aside, we're excited today. We're gonna bring you guys another video with FIFA 19 content. There we go, pronouncing that better. But we're going to be talking today about some overpowered players and talking investments, links, possibilities of usage, because that's stuff that's very important to guys who are looking to invest and even build starter squads. And Cripsy can offer that as well. That's why he's going to help me with this video, because he offers a pretty good expertise as he plays a lot of the weekend league. Cripsy, you're a top 100 player. What else are you?
Played competitively here down in Australia, the E-League. So it's pretty competitive, I'd say, and also just love live streaming. So that's sort of my keys. I love helping other people get better at the game too.
Yeah, guys, so I'm always talking about guys that are going to help you guys out with tips and stuff like that early on in tutorials. Mike LaBelle is one of them I always recommend. Cripsy's YouTube is going to be in the description below. He's going to be uploading a lot during FIFA 19. He does stream over on Twitch as well. Definitely give him a look, and that's why he's here today. Cripsy, who are we going to start with talking about today?
Oh, do you want to start from the top? I feel like we should start from the top. We should look at that Manolis. Just get it done. You know, to me, bit of a no-brainer. Card's going to work. I mean, got to go on anchor. You know, get the physicality up just a little bit. But it's going to be really interesting. My key, a lot of these top-tier cards, and we'll talk about Varane a little bit later. But Varane himself, he has very low dribbling, and that might really struggle in terms of his agility and his ability to turn. I mean, that was something that Ramos was really good at, obviously. That's why Ramos was so good. Everyone's like, this Varane, he's so good, he's so good. Just be careful and be mindful. We don't know how the game exactly plays just yet, but that 62 dribbling, I'm seeing some other defenders that don't have the same pace but have higher dribbling might actually feel faster in the game. So just keep that in mind as we go forward. A lot of people are going to be out there be like, I want that Manolis, but just be really careful and maybe wait for what people say when they're playing the game with them.
Yeah, and I think that's a good point. I think we also have to keep in mind that when you lost NAINGGOLAN going over to Inter from Roma, it's a struggle with Manolas to really fit him in a team, right? I mean, you kind of have to rock a full Serie A team. You can use Florenzi to link him. Otherwise, you know, I don't think there's an excellent center mid you can really use that you want in your team from Roma, is there?
No, not that I'm aware of, and look, I think you could be looking at a nation hybrid as opposed to a league hybrid at this point. If you're going to rock a Manolis, you've got to obviously get his hard link in the corners, but then you've got to, from the corners off, you've got to get the nations right. Matuidi comes to mind, obviously being from that league, the French. Might help you get like a Kante or a Bakayoko, yada, yada, yada. But again, it's just about that sort of, you're not going to, I think it'll be very expensive this year. For once, the Calcio R is going to be very expensive. So it will be interesting to see the kind of hybrids, and I think we're going to focus a lot about that today. Is so many hybrid opportunities.
So guys, we're going to be glancing as well, other than Manolas, down from the list of 100 to the 31, which we have received so far. By the time you're watching this video, we might have seen the 30 to 21, however they're going to do it tomorrow. Manolas, he's going to rise when the full game comes out. He's going to go up to that first weekend league. People will use him regardless of maybe it being a little harder to use him because of his just pace. Everything looks so good. Cripsy mentioned the dribbling. It might be a little bit of a problem, but you look at the card and you say, wow, that's going to be definitely one of the better center backs in a year where so far it looks like a lot of pace is being taken away. So that's going to be very helpful as a center back. Just moving down the list, Riyad Mahrez, do you want to add anything on him really quickly?
Just want to say real quick, we're going to touch on Sterling in just a moment. Maybe I'll talk a little bit about more Mahrez when we get to Sterling, because they're played the same team and the same position, but they have very different stats. So I want to say that Mahrez is the shout, but let's get to Sterling and then we'll talk about him.
Yeah, so I think Ibrahimovic, and this is what Cripsy was going to mention as well, we were talking before the video, just maybe you put him in that kind of cam position because he does have 59 pace. It's going to be really tough to link. He's in MLS. I'm thinking this guy, I mean, we're going to probably move right past him. He's just kind of, you know, it's Ibra's Ibra, but just hard to use, not that usable, not even at Man United where maybe if you're a fan still you throw him in. It's tough man, with Ibra this year.
There's no linkage there from a top tier perspective. You know, he'll be fun to use in a false nine maybe or something like that. But I can't see any one of the top guys even contemplating using him. At all.
All right, so talk to me about Sterling and Mahrez, because quickly, investment-wise, to me the one I like better is it goes both ways. Right away, I would say, wow, Sterling, right? But you've got Mahrez who has the potential of getting a once to watch. So you think about the long run, that Mahrez could actually be out of packs early on, which would be big for his card in comparison to Sterling. So just talk to me a little bit about both of them and what they offer, because they are the same position like you mentioned.
Yeah, so key to me, right, is Mahrez. Yes, Mahrez has 85 pace. That's actually still quite quick. Like, if you think about it, you put a Hawk or something like on that Mahrez card, he's going to be the 90s already for pace, whereas Sterling has the 93. Obviously, you can bump that to 99, but it's early on in the game, you know, like, anyone with 80 plus pace, it seems like it's going to be quite quick. But the key for me as well is Mahrez, 5-star skills, 4-star weak foot. Sterling with the 3-star weak foot and the 4-star skills. So again, you're getting that sort of mobility on either foot. You're getting some incredible skills as well, something that can't be denied. As well as his shooting better, his passing. I'm talking about Mahrez here. His shooting better, his passing better, his physicality is slightly better. For me, I'm looking at Mahrez and I'm thinking, geez, that'd be a nice card to bring into like a cam out of a 4-2-3-1 wide, play a 4-2-3-1 narrow, and just swap him into the cam role in the center of the park. He could do everything by the looks of it. And I've seen a lot of free kicks as well. I've heard free kicks are kind of back in the game this year. And I know that he's probably got some good free kick stats as well. So for me, yes, obviously there's a lot of players that be like, pace. If you're looking for that technical ability, and that's what the pros and the higher level game players are looking at, I'm looking at Mahrez and I'm thinking that's a money shout. Especially if he's ones to watch. If he gets a ones to watch, that's big time right there. Yeah,
and from what we've heard so far, you know, guys, we haven't really played the game, but the guys at the capture event playing, what we've heard is that it seems like free kicks are going to be back, like Cripsy mentioned, and it seems like skill moves are going to have a lot more of a thing going on this year. And we've seen actually a lot more players get 5-star skills this year, I think, than in previous FIFA. So it kind of hints to me as well that it will be back, especially with EA, I guess, trying to maybe give more players 5-star skills that they deserve. Mars of 5-star skills, right? We look at that. Just scrolling down the list, we're going to go quicker as we go. Matuidi, though, we have to point out just quickly, and you know, 2-star is not what you're looking for. But again, Cripsy is big on this, and the more I talk about it, the more I like it. With Ronaldo actually leaving, right? It is the year of the hybrids. So it's everybody's trying to get different leagues and different teams this year because you don't have the whole thing of the super teams in the La Liga. It's just not that way this year. Speak to me about Matuidi a little bit.
Look, real quick, he's your holding DM. As simple as that for me. He's your holding DM. You don't really need... in a 4-2-3-1, you play him at the DM, you tell him to stay back, even though he's high work rates. Tell him to stay back, he should stay there. Anchor card on him, be done with it. You know, don't even think about it twice. He'll just get it done in the midfield, he'll break up the play and he'll release. Don't look for those silly passes, you know, those long balls down the line or whatever. He's not going to hit him. You know, like he won't hit the long over the tops or he won't whip it across, but again, he'll just do the job like similar to Bakayoko. Bakayoko did a job. So that's what I'm expecting.
Yeah, and I think you look high work rates again. That's going to be something I like. Honestly, I don't love it as a DM, but it's work rates that you can get away with, right? It's not like something that's terrible. So Matuidi, definitely nation-wise, we talked about this a lot on stream recently on Twitch, is that France players this year, guys, are just going to have that factor to them when you're talking about them going up because they won the World Cup. They got a lot of love going on to this year's FIFA. So going down the line really quick, I'm probably going to go until I get to somebody that I think is really worth talking about. Asensio, I think we wish he's a cam. You know, or a central position, a winger. He's not terrible, right? 81 pace. We need to see how pace pans out this year. As simple as that.
For me, I'd almost rock an engine on that card. Up his pace, dribbling and passing. Put him in, again, 4-2-3-1, but narrow. Go from a wide to a narrow in game. Put him in that cam role if you want to go the Spanish La Liga route, or if you have to do it for links. Could be the shout. I mean, why not? Linking with Bale could be important as well, considering just how good that Bale looks. But we'll get there.
Yeah, and then Savage, I think it has to be pointed out. 4-star, 6'3", 69 pace. Don't look at that and say it's a bad thing, right? He's got a lot of other amazing stats, and to be honest, that's not terrible for, you're talking first 2 months teams, right? That's not terrible. So we know how Savage played this year. 85 rate, he's getting a +2, dude. So looking good to me.
Struggle might be in pace. Just Shadow back on the
Shadow. So, guys,
get it done with.
Chem style, get the pace on him, right? That's what you need. Kimmich, SBC this year, 73 pace. Kimmich. No way. And we know Kimmich, guys. We know, gonna go quickly, but we know Kimmich this year from FIFA 18, wrong year. He needs, even his team of the season, right, with 85 pace, I think he's always got that 78 in like sprint speed. He's got the good acceleration, which is good. But 73 pace, you got to think that his sprint speed is probably 70 or 69, right? Based off of how his card was this year.
Yeah, sprint speed will be low, which will struggle a little
So
bit.
not good. Jekko, SBC, Koke, SBC. Royce is interesting. Royce will be, in my opinion, I don't think he will go up as much because I don't love the Bundesliga this year, but I'm saying that to you guys who want a cheap beast in your team. He's not going to be cheap, but for the value of him being 4-star, 4-star, all, 85, 86, 85 pace, 86 shooting, almost 6 feet tall, the work rates aren't the best, but I think you actually, this will be the first year where Royce is always so expensive early on. I don't know if Royce is going to be that expensive, so he might be worthwhile chucking in. I see for me, right, this card looks great with a Hawk or a Hunter on him, and I play him in a 4-3-2-1, and I use him as like a left forward, or I play him as a left wing. That's where I see Royce being very fit this year for any kind of team. What do you think about that?
It's just incredibly well-rounded attacking card, isn't it? Like you see a lot of cards that have, high dribbling, high shooting, but no pace, or no passing. He just seems to kind of have everything. The 4-star, 4-star really, really helps him, The issue is going to be how are you going to get him into a squad. That's really the key, is how are you going to link him with, besides, obviously you got Lewandowski up top. That's probably about it. How are you going to link him in to make him fit with the German, obviously a German flag, because a lot of Germans don't really play outside of Bundesliga at that high level. A lot of them stay in the Bundesliga, so you're going to need a link around him a bit. Obviously, icons work if you can get yourself an icon. But again, a very well-rounded card. Could see him being used, if he's not too expensive, off the bench a lot. If he's not too expensive, that could be just something to think about. A lot of people might not be able to fit him in at the start, but they can definitely fit him in off the bench.
Listen, though, we need to speak about quickly. This guy, if he gets a ones to watch, right, I smell Ederson from last year all over it. What do you smell?
He's taller than Ederson, I think. I think Ederson was a little bit shorter. So I think that was his issue with Ederson, is he didn't have quite the reach. So he was letting a lot of long shots in. And that might have been the game as well. Obviously, FIFA 18, different game. But that was just something I noticed last year. Alisson, the issue will be is if players can get the time finishing right with the low drivens, because it's obviously quite different now this year. If low drivens are still as powerful, Alisson with the 88 reflexes is really good, but I'm not sure if they include the whole diving and handling situation. So if low drivens are good, I can see Alisson being really, really good. If it's the long range meta, Alisson will struggle. So it's all we'll see what happens kind of thing. We're not really too sure. I like the fact that he's Brazilian though. That really helps with a lot of links, with a lot of leagues. Doesn't necessarily have to be Premier League. It could be other leagues as well with the Brazilians.
Yeah, and really quickly, guys, the reason why Cripsy, this is why he's here, right? He's helped me with this stuff because I don't always see this. He plays a lot of this game. He's very good at it and great at the knowledge of teams, right? Like he goes right away and he goes and sees all that I don't see. I think the thing that I initially see, and my instant comparison to Ederson is that you're talking like a big Brazilian goalkeeper transfer to the Premier League. So you have the potential at getting a ones to watch. Ederson got it last year. I'm not sure if he gets it. There's a lot of goalkeepers transferring this year. If he does get it, I would just say regardless of how he is in game, it's the similar thing to Ederson last year where Ederson went from 6 to 20K because he was out of packs and people wanted to use him. So that's kind of what I see. And I see even more because, to be honest, the hype that Liverpool has right now, whether you like them or not, is huge, right? A lot of people like to play with these players, and that's definitely something Alisson's got going for him.
Well, there's a reason why Barcelona players are so expensive. At the start of every game. Every Barcelona player is inflated. Every Manchester United player inflated. It doesn't matter who they are, they're up. So if you're a Liverpool fan, if they've got a big fan base around the world, chances are those cards can be inflated well above where they should be and where their counterparts are in other teams or leagues. So
exactly.
Again, if you're a Liverpool fan or you're going to get a Premier League team, I can't see why he wouldn't be usable. If not, why he wouldn't be a smart to buy early and sell a week or two later.
Perfect. Let's talk ALBA really quickly. I'm going to give you, let's go 30 seconds after I say this, right? ALBA, guys, regardless of how he plays or how you think he will play, this is a guy that offers something every year to hybrids, right? He's going to offer the strong link to Boateng and the strong link to whoever the Bayern center mid you choose to use in that triangle. Goretzka. Exactly. So Goretzka this year is going to be a big-time player. We will talk about him in another video when we do starter squad videos because he's not in the top 100 ratings, even though he will play like he is. Look, Alba's going to do that thing for you, 4-star weak foot. I get the high medium work rates. It's not great, but guys, this is the guy, and he's still over 80 pace and over 80 defending, so he's going to be used regardless of how he plays and how he may play. Any quick thoughts on that?
Real quick thoughts. Look, I genuinely think this is the year of the overlapping wide backs. You see that at the high level. You have the Marcelos when he gets the team of the season. You have your Albas, a lot of overlapping. I think it's changed. I think this is the year where everyone's going to really push for that competitive level or that higher level. How can they do it? They need those overlapping wide backs to help with their attack more than their defense, I think. So I think ALBA is fantastic, and I think the key with him is you can put pretty much Chem style on him, and he's going to help you. Like, that's like, you don't have to have a shadow in this guy. Like, he's always good. You can see him, people pulling him off the bench. Even a month in, people are going to pull him off the bench for a holding midfield role, central midfield into a more attacking role. Like, he just works. Like, he just works every year. No matter. Don't even think about the links. Just look at the card and be like, man, that's going to work for anybody. So if he was to get an inform or two, very rarely does he get an inform. But if he was to, it's just money maker all year long.
Scrolling down, Fabinho is going to be a good card this year, right? I don't love the work rates, but he's 6'2". Helps a lot with the height, 2-star weak foot. Again, Cripsy would tell you this. I'm going to tell you it. It's going to be a good guy to hybrid teams with outside the Premier League. Being Brazilian always helps. Good card all around. He's going to go up if he gets a once to watch even more. He will go up when the full game comes out compared to early access because it's a new transfer and it's a high-rated card with good statistics in a year where a lot of CDMs. Fernandinho's down to 67 pace. Matic, I think, is like maybe in the 50s this year.
So
this is definitely a valuable card. Vidal lost a leg this year. So I mean, if Vidal had 70 pace, and we're not going to discuss this because me and Cripsy guys could talk to you guys for 3 hours. We're not going to. This guy, if he had 70 pace, we would be sitting here mouth-watering over this guy being a good investment this year, and a good player to get in teams. He's just not.
One thing about Fabinho, real quick, is 6'2" key. You mentioned it, but it is key. 6'2" with 70 pace. See you later. Like that's your first month done. You know, Bakayoko was a trash card last year, right? In the sense of that card couldn't really do much but defend, yet he could still do everything. Fabinho is going to be very similar in that sense, except he has the rating that probably compares to what he'll play in game. Depends all about the acceleration too. Acceleration might be low, sprint speed might be high, or vice versa. Just to see how that feels. But obviously for me, I'm thinking about an engine on that because I'd play him deep. I think about an engine just to boost up that dribbling and that passing with his pace. But again, I'm looking more technical and not just straight facts with the shadow or the hunter.
Yeah, poor Vidal. Van Dijk, this is really good. 6'4", 71 pace. Again, he just talked about how pace with that height is just doable and it works. And this guy, for me, like, I always joked around. This guy's Footman's card this year played like a freaking icon. Like, this guy, I think he had like 77 pace this year or something. That guy was crazy in this FIFA. So, I'm expecting him to be good again next year. This guy... he had a winter ones to watch last year, so he's not going to be going out of packs. But again, I think a Liverpool player that's going to have a lot of hype. I mean,
6'4" with 70 dribbling. Could potentially have decent agility as well, getting the turning in to help defending. I think he'll be a shout. I don't expect him to last too long in teams at that. Looking for the weekend league, I expect those cheap beasts to come in a little bit. But I think again, Liverpool helps a lot. Having that Liverpool badge helps a lot. I think a lot of people would put him in SBC fodder if he wasn't in a big league. The fact he's in a big league helps a lot.
And then last up on this 181, Diego Costa. It's actually one of his better cards in Ultimate Team in a while. So I wouldn't actually ignore it, guys, and label it as SBC completely. Because he actually is not a bad central striker. And he's going to score headers. He's going to be strong. So if you're good probably in a formation with a one-striker hold-up, he's going to be really good, in my opinion, in that early on. He's not going to be great after a month and a half. But I think early on, he will actually be very, very good. If you want to speak really quickly, I'm going to go over to the next set. But if you want to touch on him.
No, super quick. 6'2" really helps. But 87 physical. That means he's going to have that high aggression. He's probably going to have a high stamina. He's probably high strength. Like, I'm going to put it out there now to say that this card, not SBC fodder, especially initially. Because a lot of people are going to get a lot of cheap teams. They can't afford going Calcio R. Okay, what's good hybrids? Oh, I can work out some Spanish combinations and bang. I look at Diego Costa. He might be a bit pricey just because he's 85 rated to start with. You know what I mean? Like, he'll probably have a little bit of price to him. But guy can finish. Guy can stand up in a tackle, and I think that's important. His dribbling's not even terrible either.
Yeah, it's not bad.
So he's not the worst. He's definitely not the worst card that you'll see on this list.
I saw 87 physical, and I said, you cannot write this guy off. Like, there's no way.
Correct.
So, looks good this year. 80 to 61. The first 3 look phenomenal, and we're going slow right now because actually, for me, in the top 100 ratings, like, the first 40, there's like 20 crazy cards that are going to be good. Like, and really guys that are going to go up a lot in price and guys that are going to be in a lot of people's teams and being everywhere. So, NAINGGOLAN, high work rates for a center mid, I really like, especially with how NAINGGOLAN, I like him going box to box.
I think he struggled a little bit in 18. I don't think he was actually used that much in 18.
Yeah.
But again, now, Serie A, here we go. You know what I mean?
Well, the thing is, he this year, he went up like a ton. Like, he went from like crazy numbers. I think he went from like 85K to like 220K. He did not go out of packs. Like, his car was there. Roma, 86 rate. Like, it was on the market. No, nothing coming in, nothing coming out. So, for me, I would almost say that he's guaranteed a ones to watch card this year. That's a big transfer. That is NAINGGOLAN. So you're gonna expect this guy this year to do something very similar, right, in terms of price. Like, and this year, you're getting the assurance that you almost get an insurance when a player like gets a ones to watch when he goes out of packs. You get an insurance that he's gonna go up. Like, you just know because of the lack of packs being open before that he's gonna go up.
I think we had Florenzi as well. We got the foot birthday Florenzi and stuff last year, if I remember correctly. Maybe I'm wrong, but we got some links last year with him that helped him out with special cards and helped him just be relevant throughout the whole year. So, which helped.
Alessandro is, I look at it, you know, we just actually today, I saw a leak of Marcelo, but it's not official. I would have told you today before I saw that, because Marcelo now has 5-star skills, it is being told. I would have told you that, like, again, Alessandro, and for me, this guy last year was, like, usable until team of the season. I had to throw him in because I actually was, like, fully invested at one point. I had to throw him in, like, April in one of my, like, teams with, like, Prime Hullet. Like, I threw in Sandro's gold card because, and I'll tell you right now, like, it's the same card. It literally is, like, he dropped 2 pace. Like, it's all the stats you want in a left back. And then we got to, like, we could sit here, guys. He's going to link to Douglas Costa's new overpowered card. You got Matuidi. Ronaldo's on this team. You got new ratings in the Serie A because Ronaldo came to the league. High work rates. Brazilian. You talk about a guy that's just going to be in everybody's team and just go absolutely. I don't care what his price is the first few days because it's going to be double or triple that price 2 weeks later. Telling you right now.
Even if he's not in everyone's team, everyone wants him in their team. That's the difference, right? There's a lot of people who be like, yeah, everyone's going to get this guy. Okay.
Yes.
No, but everyone wants this guy. That's the difference. And he plays taller than 5'11" because he can jump.
God,
you know what I mean? Like, he jumps. He's got the long legs. He feels like his legs just go for days. And the key against that pace, everyone copped the pace downgrade. I know he copped it down +-2, right?
He didn't lose 30.
No, he didn't lose.
He's good.
25.
Yeah, he didn't suffer the whole plague. He's fine.
And he can dribble. Again, that means his agility's probably going to be up, so he can turn around the defense. His passing's up. Guy can't shoot. Who cares? He's at left back. He'll overlap. He'll look for those passes and cross it in. You're fine. This card, you can't even put a price on it because everyone's going to want him, and that's that.
No, exactly.
Like, that's that. There's no need to worry about how much you're going to pay for him in the web app or in the first week. 2 weeks from then, he's going to be, as Nick said, twice, maybe even triple. I'm looking at that card, man, and that's some very high defensive and very high physical on a base card. Like, on a base card,
big time,
see you later.
Because, like, those are potential compared to, like, some baby icons, like stats, like, on the defending.
Pretty much.
So,
Pretty much. So, you know, like, if you really wanted to have fun with it, obviously I play a lot out of the back. You know, in that sort of high level, you need to play with pretty much any player.
Yes.
You could even put a catalyst on the guy and have his passing up a little bit if you were really desperate to do something. Obviously, Shadow is the #1 for most people. But for me, you know, if I really felt like I wanted to try something out, I'd do a catalyst. And I mean, 65 dribbling is not the best, but if I can pass out of the back from him, get it to the wingers and stuff, it might be a good option. But that 70 pace is a great start. Yeah,
for sure. So we start this page with 3 great ones. Parejo, SBC. Matic, I don't even want to speak about because it's just, I'm not looking at a car with less than 60 pace. I know he's a CDM. I know he's got good defending and physical. for me, even as an investor, I look at that and I get turned off. Whether he does play well with 56 pace and you can move him around with some chem styles, I just can't like it.
The only thing would be just United links. That helps.
Yeah, United links.
United link does help. Well, being in United does help its price. You know, so if you happen to pack him early, hold on to him for a week or two. You know, he'll go up.
Yeah.
Like every card will go up, but that pace really hurts him, unfortunately.
Quickly, give me 10 seconds on Douglas Costa, right? I like it. 5-star skills, Brazilian. Gonna link to Sandro in a 4-3-3. Links to freaking Ronaldo. What do you like about it?
I want to talk about really briefly World Cup. The World Cup mode, he was very good. And I know World Cup was very different, right? Like very, very different in terms of the gameplay, but he was so quick in the World Cup mode. Like, he was faster and above pretty much anyone else. His dribbling's unreal. 5-star skill moves really helps. And he's on the left side. I know in other FIFAs he was on the right. I know he had a lot of special cards on the right side as well. But being on the left with his left foot really helps out. Being on Ronaldo's team, see you later. Like, this card is big money. Links perfectly with Sandro as well. See you later. Whatever you're paying for in the first 2 weeks, you'll be paying for double, triple in a month. This card is a no-brainer. Absolute no-brainer.
Completely. Move down the list to another one. For me, that's another, I would say, for Premier League teams, pretty a meta center back starting off. Now, I know you're not going to be crazy about the height or the work rates, and I understand that already. I know you're going to say that. What I will tell you guys is this. There are players in FIFA that are always notoriously overpowered or play better than what their work rate / stats say. His stats aren't bad, right? 76 pace, 87 defending. They're actually pretty fantastic. He's a little bit lower on physical. If you're going to use him, I would probably I would look at probably an anchor for me. I would try to maybe at least something to get the physical into the 80 range. I like his passing. I like how, again, he can, as a gold base card, he can play out of the back for you, definitely. But the thing is, like, you look at it 5'10", medium. I think that's very similar to what he's had this year and last year. And the thing that's been interesting for me is you looked at all team of the season center backs and what they offered, and, like, still at the end of the day, you would play against AZPILICUETAs that were very, very good. Like, he just was like a bulldozer almost. Like, he was so good at tackling. I don't know if he's got a tackling stat, but he was so good at, if you were doing not the slide necessarily, but the stand tackling. He's very hard to get by. Just notoriously on FIFA.
He was always hard to get by. Correct. He was always in the right spot. Personally, I didn't like using him, but when I was against him, I was like, man, I really struggled. You know, I really struggled. Obviously, you can't have a one-man defense. You know, you got to have a team defense. So he fits in a strong team defense. He only makes it harder to get through. That physical might be a little bit of concern. As you said, an anchor is the shout, and I agree. I think anchor's the move. But again, that high dribbling and high passing, positive. That's a positive turn.
Yep, definitely. And we're going to keep moving on. Naldo, not looking at. Fernandinho, I think, is going to be important again because he's going to get actually like a strong link to Fabinho. Guys, like, that's big in terms of, like, two Brazilian midfielders. So if you want to go Brazilian team, two Brazilian in the Prem. Look, 67 pace is not great. He's undersized a little bit as playing him as a DM. It's not great being under 6 feet. I never like it for my team. Medium high is great, so that could make up for it. It's great work rates. 4-star weak foot is good. 83 solid defending. Actually. Yeah, this is, I think Cripsy would say it's solid. You'll take it, right? So you'll take Fernandinho. Pjanic, again, I was talking about this the other day. I'm not going to talk too much about Pjanic outside of that. He's on Ronaldo's team. And Pjanic, for me, is very similar to, like, Xavi and Iniesta, those kind of players in FIFA that are just, they're good IRL, and I'm not saying Pjanic is on the level of those guys because those guys are legends, but I'm saying to you guys that he's just not that FIFA good. There's the difference between, you know what I'm saying, right?
He just doesn't have anything that screams at you, like, I have to have this guy in my team. Like, you might not have a choice because of the whole Juventus links. There'll be people early on that can't afford maybe a Matuidi, and they'll be like, well, I got to get something to link my team. But he just, low pace, low shooting, defense, physical, low for a midfielder, high dribbling, anything, you might look in more in a more attacker role. You put a hunter on the guy. Yes. Then you're talking a little bit, but the rest,
and even as an investor, for me, it's like a nay. Other than
even the
just
Nation's brutal.
Yeah,
try and get the nation.
Guys, we're gonna briefly sit here and talk about how Leroy Sané is gonna be really expensive. I was looking at graphs of Hazard last year. I'm thinking Leroy Sané is probably gonna start off being like 150, 160, like the first few days FIFA's out, and then I'm thinking he's getting into the 200s range maybe getting into the mid to high as the first weekend league approaches. This guy is going to... Now, I know there's a lot of other options in the Premier League. You've got Mane, you've got Son, you've got Hazard. But look, this is like another one of these things that I like in an investment, and it's hype. This kid is young, and it's a big upgrade from what he had last year. Like, I think he was a 82 or 83, and then he got a winter upgrade to maybe an 84, something like that. Nothing crazy. Nothing on the level of an 86 with 95 pace combined with 80-plus shooting. Don't underestimate that. For me, this is how I see him, right? He's going to play very similar to Perisic, being faster with not as good of a weak foot. That is how I look at Sane as a comparison. Because I think Perisic is right about 6 feet. And Perisic is a player that I used a lot last FIFA. And the 5-star weak foot compared to the 3 is just, there's not even a comparison. It's that much better. But Perisic is not as fast as Sane. So Sane, I think, investment-wise, like, this guy is going to go up. It's great for Nation. It's great for links on the team. I mean, briefly, you're using this guy if you could next year, correct?
I mean, the key thing about him last year, so last year at the start, he tries to beat defensive line, so he tries to beat the offside trap, essentially. 9 times out of 10, that guy was running in between the the right back and the center back. He was a monster on that left-hand side. I think he'll be almost like the player of the month Sterling that we got that time, whereas for the first 2 months, he was way overpriced. But he was like... But that's what everyone wanted. You know what I mean? Everyone's like, I want that high pace. The guy's 6 foot. Like, he's going to do the business. Yeah. After the first 2 months, fall off. And everyone will be like, why did I spend that much on that guy? But it doesn't matter because there's no special cards. He might get some informs and it changes the game, right? So, for me, incredibly good. Incredibly good. It just depends on who those, 80 to 83 rated are in the Prem. Yes. That are those ones that won't feature in these lists, but play above and beyond their rating. That'll dictate to me if I think his price will be worth it. That's the key. Is he worth 200k? Like the Eriksen De Bruyne of last year. De Bruyne 250k in the first week. Eriksen being at 70 to 100. Those were your only 2 comparisons that you had. So Sane's only comparison may be, say, Martial. Maybe that's the only comparison you can go with, and that might be the shout. But I mean, at this stage, Sane looks like the number one. At that level, other than you look at the Hazards and stuff from there. Yeah, totally. Moving on, Bonucci. For me, it's not a go with 61 pace. We're gonna speed it up, guys. Jerome Boateng, meta, definitely still with these stats is gonna be very good. Again, we talked about the link with Goretzka, ALBA. 6'4" is phenomenal. And he played great this year, so he's gonna be good as well, right? I mean. Yep, solid. Just solid. 6'4". See you later. I mean, guy can do it all. Yeah, Muller's not a bad cam. I definitely don't rate this as like a bad card. I just don't know how desirable it is. Not a bad card, though. Just helps. Links may help. Sane being German. Stuff like that. Yeah. So, I'm looking at people that are just trying to get the players that they want in their team and then sacrificing a little bit in other areas. So, I mean, obviously the rating's going to help Muller stay high, but he won't be peaking at an extraordinary price just because he's not a desirable card. Yep, I think we moved on to Ederson, who actually got like he got actually like a significant stat upgrade being an 86. I mean, he's got really good stats. I just didn't love him this year as a goalkeeper. I think I would be more apt if I was like an average or a player trying out a new team to actually put ALISSON in the team over him, just to try it. Like I think there's more hype around ALISSON right now. That's what I'm saying. Like I think investment-wise, if you're choosing a Brazilian keeper from this league, you're choosing ALISSON. I think if you're an average, that's where you look at the money time. So that's that. Firmino, you could talk about Firmino quickly because I like him. Speak to me about him. I liked his team of the season, and I liked him in the World Cup mode, but I didn't like him in normal foot. So when he had his base card, obviously a couple of informs. His team of the season was solid. Guess what helps him here is his dribbling and his physical. I mean, how many players have really good dribbling and really good physical with 4-star, 4-star? See you later. Like that's that is a very, very good card. He needs to play with somebody. I don't think he can do it on his own. That's probably his only problem. He doesn't have enough pace to be able to get through lines on his own. He needs a lot of 1-2 link-ups, maybe some over-the-top through balls from someone in the wing. And again, he's almost 6 foot as well. So people might count him out a little bit with his height. But if crossing's a thing and if set pieces are a thing this year, I think he'll be very good. But again, Liverpool and Brazil, very expensive. Very, very expensive. So just be mindful maybe going to that one. I'd look for other areas first, personally, before I went to a Firmino.
Okay, yeah, I agree. Verratti, SBC, Otamendi, I'm not going to recommend it. 60 pace, no way. Yep. Thiago, I mean, 5-star skills, yes, but I'm not going to use them. Are you?
Nah, not interested. Too short for starters. Can't run very fast.
No.
And really lacks the physical. He doesn't fit. He doesn't fit DM, doesn't fit CM, doesn't fit Cam.
There's no ultra usage for him. Ozo got a big downgrade this year and like 2-star weak foot for me. 58 physical. I'm moving to the next page.
Doesn't even move on the pitch, to be honest. Like low work rates in defense and medium. I mean, he's not going to move much, so I'm not interested.
Yeah, we're getting out to the last. I think we're gonna go last 30. Let's just go through the real important ones. I think Mane you cannot skip over.
Nope.
With a 4-star weak foot, almost a little bit slower maybe, but other than that, I mean, yeah. What do you think about him?
I think Sane had less physical. That was something that's always about Mane. Mane, it just seems to wiggle through people. Do you know what I mean? He just seems to kind of like push past people or just make people uncomfortable, when they're defending. Biggest issue is going to be he's on the left side with the right foot. Mm-hmm. So you're either got to cut in or you're hoping. I know he's got a 4-star weak foot, but early on in the game it's difficult, right? Like it's difficult to get that left side of finish. So 80 shooting definitely helps. Being mindful that Sane, Mane should be theoretically cheaper than Sane, I think.
Yes.
But being Liverpool doesn't help that. If Sane and Mane are the same price, I hope they're not, because that's ridiculous. But if they were, I'd probably still go Sane because he's taller and he does have that beat the offside trap. Or beat the defensive line, I should say. He does have that. I don't know if he has that this year, but he's had that in the past. I'm not sure if Mane does. So just keep that in mind. I would still probably go Sane over Mane now. Yep.
Perisic, I think you have to look out for this year. 6'1" with 5-star weak foot and 4 statistics over 80 with physical almost touching 80, so almost 5. This guy is like a beast. Yeah, hawk on this guy. Definitely a guy that you should expect, to go up in value and also be used in a lot of teams. I think. Yep. I think at the left mid in the Serie A, you probably go for him or Douglas Costa, right? I mean,
I think you go Costa first. I think Costa would be the most expensive.
He's still a second option.
Yeah, he's definitely the second option at this point.
Yep. Moving down, Varane is phenomenal. This is probably the best gold center back outside of Ramos being not announced yet, being just, I guess, insane. Like, if Ramos comes out with, like, 80 or 81 pace, then we'll talk. But right now, Varane with 84 pace, 86 defending, 80 physical, medium high, 6'3", Real Madrid in France. I don't know what more, like, you want in a card than this.
I want to put it out there now to say this should be the most in-demand centre-back in the first month. Not because of pace, but more so because of the linking. Getting that French flag right now, like, French flag 10 times more hype than the Spanish flag. That because La Liga, like, it's dead now. Well, not dead, but there's no Ronaldo. There's nothing to, like, you've got to work your team around getting into Ronaldo because everyone wants Ronaldo. Like, it's as simple as that. So for me, that French flag helps a lot with linking. And then moving into, obviously, getting your Serie A's in there as well. Matuidi, big one. So Varane, very good. I did mention earlier, dribbling may be a factor, just the agility level. He has struggled with his agility being low. But again, this card's going to be overhyped. Don't get me wrong. I think he's going to be overhyped. That doesn't mean you can't get on him from a trading perspective, let alone a little bit of gameplay as well. But I think he will be overhyped.
Immobile, I'm not really going to speak about him as an investment, but it's usable. I think you would say it's usable. It's actually a pretty solid card.
They did all right with him this year, I think. I think they kind of got it all right.
Yeah, I think he's good, and I watch him, and I think it's deserved. I see he's actually a really good striker. I watch him a little bit. I watched the game versus Juventus. I think Lazio played the other week. He's solid. Like, he's not a bad player. He scores a lot of goals.
He's no Belotti, though. I don't know if you remember Belotti from
had 5-star week for last year.
First week. Oh, my God.
He went
Belotti
extinct.
Was unbelievable.
That's the thing. Like, those kind of stats, guys, like, as a gameplay and a market perspective, like, when a guy has a 5-star weak foot with good links and, like, an 80 pace, 80 shooting stat as a striker, like, that just, like, tips it over. So, Good card. Alexis Sanchez. I'm not even going to speak about Sanchez because I'm not investing in him, and it's a rip. Koulibaly, I still think is a good card. Would I invest in it? Probably not when I have like the opportunity, because Koulibaly for me, if you're gonna like invest or use somebody, you're using Manolas, I think. Because it's the same thing with Koulibaly, is like you have to rock a Serie A team basically to use Koulibaly.
Yeah, I'm really concerned just about that nation. You know, you look at Manolas as well. The nation's a difficult one. You've got to commit. You know, you have to commit. And I just think they're going to be too expensive. I think an entire Serie A squad this year is just going to be way too expensive at the beginning for most people. So I'm very nervous about investing in Calcio early on. I'm looking for other options. Yep.
Okay. Dries Mertens is phenomenal, I think.
Yep.
I mean, again, like investment-wise, Cripsy can tell you, gameplay-wise, this card is going to do everything you need. He's going to be nimble. He's going to be able to dribble well. 4-star, 90 dribbling.
He can play wherever he wants. He can literally you can play him anyway.
Yeah, this guy is great. I think he'll be really expensive early on. I'm a little nervous as well about touching this card because it is higher rated. Usually the things that go up a lot are players that are really good in getting in teams because of links to complete teams, or players that are like undervalued and actually play better than their card. Those are the guys that boom. So I think you can expect, again here, this would basically, if you showed me Cristiano Ronaldo, you'd look at it and be like, all right, like, that's a really good player. Like, he's going to be, definitely people are going to look at him, but obviously they're going to be really expensive. So it's the same thing. Icardi, I would say SBC. Navas is, like, interesting. Navas is making an argument, but Courtois, I think, is going to be 90 rated. And so if you're using, I mean, Costa Rica does not help nationality-wise.
No, that's the biggest concern, I think.
Courtois is taller. He's going to be Belgium, and he's going to be 90 rated. Also, Ter Stegen is looking like he's going to be an 89 rated this year. That's going to be
the links as well, like Belgium and Germany. Like, Germany is easy to link, obviously. But Belgium is
tough.
Is difficult. But Costa Rica? That's some real trouble. That's real trouble. So he's third in the chain, believe it or not, for La Liga this year.
Yeah. Aubameyang gets a 4-star skill moves now. So this is going to be probably, I mean, the go-to Premier League striker outside of Aguero, and even that, I like Aubameyang because he's 6'2".
Aubameyang's better. Was that early in the game? I think Aubameyang will be better just based off that height.
Pace,
and that physicality. Like, he's 70 physical, but because he's 6'2", it helps. You know, it just helps.
Definitely a card we're going to be looking at. Iniesta, legend.
Deadly.
Actually, it's interesting how he's got 12 more pace than Vidal. That's interesting. Anyways, moving on, SBC. Jordi Alba is fantastic. Before I saw Marcelo today, I was actually saying, I still think I would still look at, I mean, no, Marcelo's got 5-star skills, but Jordi Alba, guys, this year, like, that is a no mess around card at left back. Like, I know he does not have 80 defending, and I know a lot of you guys might not love that. I really like this team of the season this year, and I think a player that is Spanish playing for Barcelona with 93 pace is just a kind of a card that I like this. I don't love the fact that I feel like this year everybody's looking into the Premier League or the Serie A, so I'm not sure if I love the demand with the La Liga, although Varane's new card and things like that are going to add hype, and we will look at Bale in like just a minute or two when we get down to that. You like it or no?
I like him. I like him more so that because he's Spanish. So Marcelo is always the most expensive. Alba is always the one below in that league. Easy to link as well, being Spanish with Ramos. I know Marcelo has the perfect link being with Ramos, but just pricing at Real Madrid, But pricing-wise, Alba should be a little bit cheaper. I put a Sentinel on that card. Boosts his defending and physical up. He's already got 93 pace. He doesn't need anything more. 83 dribbling. So he's gonna he might miss a tackle, right? But he's gonna be up. He's gonna be up in 2 seconds, tackling again, nipping at the heels.
Yeah,
so
completely.
For me, I was very excited when I saw the Jordi Alba.
Okay, I like it too. Vertonghen, I don't love 63 pace. Do not love it. Big upgrade, but don't love it. Umtiti. Do you like it?
I actually really like him.
Okay.
I actually really like him. I really like him. He has +7 dribbling on the Varane. I think he has a little bit more passing. I think he has a little bit more passing on the Varane and slightly more physical. I saw this card and I was debating whether he was better than Varane. The only reason why he's not is because he loses on the pace, but he's better in almost every other way. he'll be cheaper than Varane, but he might play better in game. And that was why I'm concerned about Varane, because I just don't know how he's going to play. His base card in 18, you very rarely saw him when people were playing elite level. You know, that elite level to that top 100 level. Very rarely. I can only remember maybe once or twice playing against that card. But I just like him. Medium high.
I like him, guys.
He's going to be good. He's going to be good.
It's going to be good. Hamzik, standard, good center mid in the Serie A. Nothing crazy to invest in. 5-star weak foot. You can't forget about it. Lukaku, good Premier League striker. Just going to be the solid guy of, he'll be expensive. Got a good weak foot.
Did he get a weak foot upgrade? Did he get an upgrade? No?
I think he, that's a tough one. I think he had 4-star last year, but I'm not sure.
I thought he might have got an upgrade. My mistake.
Nonetheless, exactly. It's something that stands out to you as a good striker. As a lefty, it's good. Rakitic, too slow to really use.
Correct.
PK, way too slow to use. I'm going to go down and skip Mbappe for 1 sec. Thiago Silva, again, it's just not usable for me in FIFA. It's going to be great for SBCs because he's going to actually link with Buffon, who you guys will see on the next page for 88, 89. Yeah, links are good for this card if you're really trying to go a Ligue 1 squad. I think we have like 2 more key players we're going to talk about. The first one is Mbappe. You can just talk about him because I know you're excited too.
I'm excited for different reasons, believe it or not. I just like that he's got the French flag. That just helps so much, you know, with linking in general. The biggest actual concern with him is his positioning in 18. I felt was a little off. I felt like he was just never in the right spot for me. I played him a few times, but I think this year they've juiced him up. Obviously, right? Like they've really juiced him up. The pace in itself is going to be unbelievable. Yeah. Like off a base card. I remember Griezmann was in the 350. Was he 300? Was Griezmann 300?
300, 350-ish.
This card's pushing 450. Like, if that's what Griezmann was, don't even worry about it. Like, Griezmann is second in charge in terms of that French attacker. You know what I mean? Like, that was, you always thought about Griezmann. Mbappe is now the key. Issue will be just who are you going to link him with to get that right. Obviously, PSG, you can get the Neymar, but you got to get someone in the middle. And Cavani's never really that good, especially early on in the game. So you just got to work around that. His price, I mean, you know price better than I do, but if Griezmann was 300,
I'm putting Mbappe in. I just tell people 400 to 600K.
Yep.
Is what I'm putting him in.
The issue might be he might get a lot of informs. That's probably the other thing. He's playing at PSG. He's playing really well at the moment. EA could throw him 2 informs before November. You know what I mean? And it's trouble at that point. So obviously it depends on how he plays, but that is an unbelievable card. Unbelievable.
I completely agree with you. I love it. I think it's going to get a lot of hype, so I don't know. I got to see what his price is. Like, I say 400, 600K, so if I see him at 250 or 300, I'm going to buy them all. I'm going to get every single one of them.
Is that my thing is that worth it? Do you know what I mean? That's my argument.
Well, no, it might not be worth it. For a guy with 5 million, yes, it might be to diversify.
Correct.
If you have 800, no, it'd be more worth it to go mass invest on something else.
So, mass invest and look at having a strong team, not just a strong player.
Yes,
that's what I look at.
Usage of coins early on is huge.
Yep.
Insigne, I am not looking at as an investment. So I'm assuming as a player, you probably wouldn't look at it as being a 5-4. It just, I don't love it.
5-4 hurts. 5-4 does hurt. I want to say, though, he's not going to be big time early on.
No.
But again, being that Calcio, you never know. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, this is a little bit of an unknown, I think, about a few of these cards. Is which way is he going to... If he plays well in game, he's going to get picked up and he's going to get talked about, and people will be like, I'm going to have to pick him up and he's going to rise.
Yeah.
If he doesn't do anything special, then he'll just sort of be at that price that he always is, and he never... Just because of his rating, more than he actually plays.
Yeah. No, I can agree with that. I think Handanovic is probably pretty similar to that, like, concept of just being Serie A.
I'm just trying to think, who else is he competing with? Who is he competing with in Serie A?
Well, Buffon left, so you have Perin on Juve. You have...
Consiglio, whatever it was, Consiglio.
Yeah, Consigli. I feel like we're missing
he
some,
was
dude.
good. Every time I versed Handanovic, he was good.
He's not bad.
But the problem is just linking. that nation is hard. That's a hard nation.
That is, but the one thing I want to add about that is there's been a thing that has come out about this guy Skriniar.
Yes.
He's like an 85 rated inter center back this year. He got a team of the season card last year. Was not more than 83 rated in the base card. He's now an 85 with I think like 72 pace and 87 defending. So if you're rocking a Serie A team and you want a hybrid, actually those two can strongly together. I know you might not have known that, and a lot of people watching might not have known that. That can actually add a hidden added value within itself this year.
I packed him way too much in TOTS, so I definitely know
Same.
the guy.
I
definitely know the guy. But he was there's nothing about his actual goalkeeping. So his reflexes, positioning, his diving, and his handling. Those are some actually of the most unbelievable goalkeeping stats you can get from a base card. You'll probably see better out of De Gea. You'll probably see maybe better out of a Courtois. But if you look at what's already been released, because a lot of the stats go to the kick, like the kicking. A lot of the stats go out for the sort of the way you can get rid of the ball from a goalkeeper. Those stats are very, very good, and I would be very interested to see how he plays. And that might be just a one where, pro players come out and say Handanovic is the best goalkeeper in the game, hands down. Bang, his price just goes up, and that's as simple as that.
Yep. Higuain, no for me.
Costa's better. Pure basing off the physicality. Higuain can't stand up. I don't know what.
No, we're moving past him.
Balance all the time. Yeah.
Casemiro, it's a tough one, man, because like if he had 66 pace or 65 pace, I would say I'm scared about the pace, but he got a very well-deserved upgrade. I mean, he's a great player, 88 rated this year. I wouldn't say it's go-to. What would you? I mean, other CDMs in La Liga, what do we have?
Well, you count Modric in the La Liga CDM or no? Like,
it's an iffy
CM.
one. You don't have. That's what I'm saying. You don't really have a go-to, do you? Well,
there's no one else.
Is Kondogbia in the La Liga?
Yeah, Valencia.
Somebody was telling me he's got a crazy card this year.
Let me check that real quick. Hang on.
So I don't know if there's any way to find that. Yeah, you're good. I'm gonna breeze through and see what else do you have. Like 6 more players. Buffon. I would say, guys, Buffon for me is SBC. He's going to be probably the go-to goalkeeper in Ligue 1, I guess, with Subasic. So,
you talking about Buffon?
Yeah, just Buffon. I mean,
man, he's going to be so expensive.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about the price of him, just because, it's Buffon, right? He has that incredible.
He will be expensive
history.
early on. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm a bit nervous about that one. Kondogbia, I think, plays in Valencia.
Okay, perfect. So
Sevilla, I'm working on it.
Yeah, no, you're good. I think nonetheless is the fact that we have to sit here and question Casemiro being decent next year is a problem, investment and gameplay wise. He offers great defending and physical, but you just love to see that pace a little higher. Not bad, not a bad card, definitely usable, definitely still probably will go up and be used. I'm gonna go down the list. James never played well for me, especially last year. His base card and everything up until his team of the season was bad. Informs I didn't like.
I didn't even like his team of the season.
No, he felt clunky, man, the whole year. So guys, I'm not gonna say anything about James. James will have hype. He will rise. I'm not gonna say anything about him until I play with him this year because stats aren't everything. Buffon, you hit that. Ericsson.
This is an interesting one. This is a very interesting one.
Yeah. Ericsson's an interesting one. Ericsson, I would say for me, like you're talking. Who are you gonna use as a cam in the Premier League? In your Premier League team after 1 month, you're probably looking at an inform at some point from somebody. You're looking at Player of the Month Lucas. You're looking at Kevin De Bruyne and potentially Bobby Firmino, maybe. Like that's probably where you're looking in terms of like comparisons. I like it a lot. Ericsson is always very good in FIFA for me.
Yep.
5-star weak foot, 4-star skills is a great combination. He's actually not that small. Like 5'11" is not tiny. No. I like him. He
always gets a foot in a tackle. Issue for me is I don't believe his shooting should be that low.
No,
I always thought
like
his shooting should.
Man.
I think they did him a little dirty on his shooting. I think if his shooting was in the 85, I would be a little bit more excited for him. Like I think they've done him a little dirty. Obviously, a hunter, people can just chuck a hunter on him and that'll be that, right? Like it's whatever for them. But for me, this is for the first time, I think you're going to have a really clear distinction that De Bruyne is indefinitely better than Ericsson at the start. Ericsson has always had a shout, I think, in that cam role.
Yeah.
I think De Bruyne is now definitely that real step up for me.
Completely. And then we talked Busquets, SBC, 43 pace. Good, actually really good for SBCs this year, though, because you got 88 center mid from Barca. That's going to be great for SBC's investments.
Spanish, too. Spanish.
Yeah. Pogba's yeah.
Well,
Pogba's great.
He can't play in DM anymore.
No.
So there's that. Like, he's actually gotten worse, believe it or not. Like, he's a very good card, but in terms of FIFA, he's gotten worse. He has to play an attacking role. He has to play an attacking role now. There's no choice. So I think
I could use him in a 4-1-2 and 2-2 in a left or right center mid though.
In a narrow, you're talking about a narrow.
Yes, in a narrow.
Yeah. You could in a CM, but not a DM.
No, not a DM. And just because of the work rates, right? That's your biggest problem. The work rates are the problem.
Yeah.
So
and it helps that he's got great skill moves.
I'm not gonna sit here. Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you guys he's gonna be a good investment because obviously it's Paul Pogba. He's gonna be high early on. I don't know where he's gonna go in price.
He doesn't get a lot of informs either. Like he really doesn't. Like go on the history of FIFA when he's played. Last year he got I think he got one around Christmas. And then he didn't get another one for a while, and he didn't get a team of the year. Like he never has, because he plays deep for Man United, right?
Yeah.
Like he usually plays in that deep role. So it depends if you see Mourinho changing his tactics and being like, oh, he's gonna play attacking now, run for the hills. But until then, he'll be very stable for a while, I think.
Yep. And then last up, Gareth Bale getting one of the weirdest downgrades in the history of FIFA.
This is the greatest downgrade of all time.
Like
100%. I've never seen it.
He goes from 89 to 88 rated with just a phenomenal card. I mean, I don't even give a fuck about the 3-star weak foot. This card looks phenomenal this year. Oh my god.
He was 450 last year. I think I asked a question.
450, yep.
And it was 450. If this card's not 600, it wouldn't surprise me. I'd pay 600. I'll tell you.
Cripsy, here's the difference with him this year, man, and this is like what you see as well. Is like Ronaldo left Madrid, so like this is the attacker if you want a Madrid elite attacker. It's very different. A lot of people would say, wow, Bale might be less because Ronaldo left. I disagree.
No.
I think he's going to be more because he's the guy now.
Yep.
And I still think Madrid has that big hype, winning Champions League, the fan base. The car got better.
He got better. Like
he got better as well. Exactly.
Big hype, Champions League hype. Like that's where it is. Like that's the money. Why is Mbappe being talked about? Massive World Cup hype.
Yeah.
You know why? Like why are we saying that Mbappe is a 600k card or 400k card? Why? Because he had a massive World Cup. Yes, his card's good, but he had a massive World Cup. Bale, different, right? Different for different reasons. He is the best in that league. He will be better than Messi. I hate to say it. Because I love Messi.
No.
And Messi doesn't even play. Messi might not even be a right. He might be in the middle.
Messi, I think Messi's center forward.
If Messi's in the middle, you still need someone on the right. He'll be the best right. I can't think of anyone that will be better than Bale for a long time in that league. That's peak card right there. And that 3-star weak foot, that doesn't concern me because his shooting's already 88. See you later. Like, he's too good. 6'1", man. Dude, I'm frothed already. I can't be honest. That
he looks phenomenal, man.
He's seen something. I don't know what he's seen. He's seen those eyes. I tell you, he's not looking. He's seen something, but he is a menace every FIFA, and I think this will be another FIFA where he just dominates.
Guys, do me a big favor, and to the people watching this video, I want you guys. I didn't say anything, and I've been getting in the comments a lot with you guys recently, and like talking, interacting with you dudes early on in the videos, and telling you guys, yo, out of this video, like give me who's your guy. If you have made it to this point of the video, right, which is probably not a large percentage of you guys, but it is going to be some of you, put in the comments down below, I have made it to this point of the video, right? I want you guys to say that, but follow up with that, right? And give us 3 players out of the 70 that we looked at today that you think fit 2 things, right? Won't be that overhyped in price early on, and are going to be very usable. I want to hear from you guys because everybody's got a different perspective. You guys all live in different places around the world. You guys all watch different things. You guys have all seen different trends on the market. You have all played with different players. Give me 3 players, right, that fit those 2 things, right, that you think is not going to be too overvalued early on and might play really well, right, or something like that. I want to hear like the different. It's always so good to collect like all that information from like everyone, right?
And if you got questions, I'll jump in the comments as well. If you guys got questions for us, I know Nick does all the time, but I mean, why not, right? Like if you guys have questions about cards, we'll both help out. I mean, there's going to be some people out there, you guys are going to be watching, you're going to be like, what do you think of this card? Or even in particular, how would I link this card in? You know, how are we going to do it, you know? And that's something that's something that I love about this time of year. So how do we get hybrids going? What links can we get going? So again, chuck them in the comments. Nick's saying that, get in the comments. We're going to help out as best we can so you guys have a really good head start.
Thank you, dude, for coming on today. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Guys, his links are going to be in the description below, obviously. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in today. And, yeah, we'll see you in a video very soon. Peace out.